So this is Year 12, Level 2 Algebra, Surds and Calculating Exponents and Powers. This power here, to the power of q over p, for the base b, can be written as b to the power of q with the p root of that. So that's two ways of writing the same thing. And here we can see it with numbers. 5 times this equation here, 3 square root 6 squared, is the same as 5 times 6 to the power of 2 thirds. So now we're going to try and put this one into practice. So this is right in third form. So you start by writing the root of the base, and then the number underneath comes outside, and then the other number stays inside. This one here, we're going to simplify by first of all bringing this power into both here and here. So it's 16 to the power of -1/4 x to the power of 5 over 4 to the negative. So then we need to simplify that a little bit further. So this here is negative, so it's going to live on the bottom line, 16 to the power of 1/4. And this also is going to live on the bottom line, so we just put 1 on the top line, put x inside the bracket, the 4 goes outside, and the 5 stays inside. Now simplifying this part here is simply 1 over 2 for x to the power of 5. Right. This one here looks very tricky, but it isn't really. What we've got to remember is when we do a square root of something, it's really that number or that expression to the power of a half. So this can be written as x to the power 1 to the power of a half. And this one is simply that equation to the power 1. So when we have a to the power of half and a to the power 1 and we're multiplying, we add the powers. So we end up with x plus 1 to the power of 1.5 or 3 over 2. Now we're going to do some calculation and evaluating of powers. So I'll just move the page up a little bit further. And this is where we're actually going to use a calculator. So turning our calculator on, and we need to have it in the run mode. So we need to use this button here, which is with X root button. So this first one was 5. Shift that button there so you can see, 5, the nth root of 125. But 125 is also, if you see here, to the power of 3. So I'm using brackets. So hat 3 close bracket. So there it is then there in the equation, and I enter it, and it's 18.11 or 18.12. Now the next one is 125 to the power of -3 over 5. Quite a fan of using brackets, so 125 to the power of, open bracket, put my negative in, 3, divide by 5. Close that bracket, enter. And there we get the answer 0.55189, so I'm going to put 0.55 will be fine. Okay, and we should have also realised, given that's going to be a negative, it's a fraction, so we're going to get sort of a decimal answer. Now, this one here is 5 to the power of 2 thirds times 5 to the power of 6/8. When we've got the same base, we're allowed to add the powers. So we could simply do the whole thing on the calculator, 5 to the power of 2 thirds, and remembering we're going to use brackets, 5 to the power of 2 divided by 3, times 5 to the power of, open brackets, 6 over 8, 6 divided by 8, and hit enter, 9.777. But if you remember, you were allowed to add the powers, so you could do 2abc3 plus 6abc8, and you find that's 17 over 12. Okay, so 5 to the power of that answer equals same answer again, just a different way of doing it. Okay, so the answer is 9.7. or 78 to two decimal places. Now E is a pre-programmed number in your calculator, so to find it, it is simply here. It's Shift and then the natural log button. So e to the power of 6 is simply Shift E, hit 6, enter. 403.43. 403.43. Okay. E to the power of square root of 5, simply do Shift that button and do, square root of 5, so Shift square root button 5, close brackets, enter. 9.36. 9.36. And the last one, moving a wee bit more, 3 to the power of times e to the power of a half, putting into our calculator, 3 times e to the power of 1/2, I'm just going to use 0.5, and hit enter, and you get 4.95. 4.95.